Okay, it looks like we're live. Let's see the sound. Do I hear my voice? Hello, hello, testing. Oh no, I forgot. I don't have my microphone on the right thing. Oh, there we go. Hello. So, hello everyone. I am Thor, and I am going to be showing y'all how to edit a wiki. This is just kind of like, and then I'll play Petz probably afterwards, but I kind of wanted to like show off since there's a few folks who don't know how to edit a wiki and this might be really helpful to them. So I figured I would stream it. Someone just tagged me. Okay, I found it. So, hello. Welcome to my stream. I see Tabs has said hi. Hello. I'm just gonna do a quick demonstration for how to use a wiki. So basically, one of the projects that we're going to work on is we're going to try to gather all of the PKC breed standards that we want to edit so that we can edit them. So essentially, in the Petz community, we show pets and someone who is smarter than me. Wow, it looks really weird on my stream, I just realized. It's like you only see part of it. Oh well, I guess that's what happens when I use this mode. I wonder if I just make my screen wider, will you see it better? I guess that's how that works. Okay, whatever. Anyway, sorry, I'm messing around with, I've never like tried this and I don't know why it doesn't like show the whole thing. What if I widescreen it? Then you don't see it properly. Oh well, it's fine. We'll just play with it. But anyway, hello everyone, I'm Thor. I'm not a streamer, as you can tell. And right now we are going to be editing some standards for PKC. PKC stands for Petz Kennel Club, and the Petz Kennel Club is what we use to essentially... Oh, I wonder if I could just move this in the center. Oh my god, did that work? See, I've never streamed before, as you can see. I'm like distracted playing with OBS. Wow, it's centered. Okay, cool. Ha. Anyway, so we want to kind of fix some of these standards because PKC shut down in about 2020 and we're in 2025 and we want to host these shows. So we wanted to edit some of these entries. However, each of these entries is from a database on a website. So they actually read this all from SQL database. And sometimes we don't really want to know how to edit SQL databases. SQL databases are scary. PHP is scary. Non-technical people should not have to know how to use SQL in order to edit breed standards. So that's why I was thinking we could do a wiki, because wikis are not scary. I know some people might be a little scared of wikis, but they're actually really easy to use. So that's what today is all about, is I'm just going to show how we can use a wiki to edit stuff. So first we're going to create a page. We're actually not going to do golden retriever because look at all these breeds. I don't want to do that. So we're going to do the Turkish Angora. So the Turkish Angora is a cat. And what we want to do is, I'm just going to show this as an example. Let's say we want to edit the Turkish Angora. So this is what the Turkish Angora looks like in the game Petz, for those of you who don't know. Wow, this is such a nostalgic file, this one right here. So we're going to be adding this to our wiki. So I'm using Scratchpad. Scratchpad is basically a really cool like feature. Specifically, this one is the Mira Heze Miraheze, I don't know how to say that, is a wiki. And we are going to be using their Scratchpad. Hello, Kaiser Shenyon. I'm pretty sure I know who that is, but Caesar. But every time I see Kaiser, I think of my insurance company, Kaiser. But hello. We're going to start by creating a page. So there's a button here that says create a page. But you can actually just create a page by just doing / and then you can name it. So I already did Catahoula leopard dog as an example here, just to show what it would look like. But let's do Turkish Angora. So all you have to do is Turkish _ Angora, and I'm pretty sure that just creates a page. If I press enter, it's gonna make this page for me. So I can click create. I'm not sure what create source does. Create the source code of this page, create, probably using the visual editor. I don't think either of these matter because I can switch between the two, but I'm just gonna click create. So right now I'm in the visual editor. Whoops, I clicked that notice. You have followed a link to this page that does not exist. That's because I haven't saved yet. So what we're gonna do, this is called visual editing, but you could also do source editing. We'll look at that in a second, but let's just look at the visual editor. You didn't know that was an insurance company? Yeah, it's actually in California and it's my insurance company. Don't dox me, bro. But Kaiser's an insurance company. It's not spelt that way though. Anyway, back to this. I'm chatting with some random people. I also like the PKC cat breeds a lot. We're gonna copy most of the standard just to show how it would look. Why is that different? Do other breeds have that? 1 second. I've never seen that. Catahoula leopard dog did not have that. Okay, so Turkish Angora has this, which is interesting. Catahoula did not have it. Let's find another breed that has it. Golden Retriever? No, I wonder why Turkish Angora has this. Let's pick a breed at random that's past 175 and see if that was like a new thing. Let's do 188. This is the Welsh Springer Spaniel. Does not have that. Weird. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later, why that's different. I don't know, let's do 200 for fun. We'll see what is breed 201. The Irish Wolfhound. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. So that's what the second paragraph is. It's actually always for judging remarks, so that judges know how to judge this cat. But, and all of them technically, the first paragraph is like about the breed, and the second paragraph is always judging remarks. But now I'm thinking, do I want to call it that? I don't know. We'll decide later. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy this and we're gonna put that here. This is basically the first part. This is the first part of the wiki. And you'll notice that all of this is in British speak because it was written by I think originally a woman from the UK or several people from the UK, don't know. But I do like this, but I didn't actually add this to my Catahoula. Don't know if this one actually has, if this is the judging remarks here. The neck is muscular long. Maybe. No, tabs, I actually haven't started. I'm not doing this manually, by the way. The only reason I'm doing this manually once is to see things like this and see how it should look. I'm actually going to automate this whole process, but I just wanted to like do it manually once because, as any programmer knows, you have to do something once by hand before you can write program code for it. So I'm actually just doing this by hand once just so I can see how it works. But this is interesting. I didn't think to put a title here for the second paragraph. Huh. Okay, I'll have to think about that. This is the first one that I've seen that has that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do it and see how we like it. So I'm going to add a subheading. So basically you have headings, subheadings. Actually, I don't know what will happen if I add a subheading. What will this do instead of, it's not under a heading, so I don't know what will happen. But anyway, we'll call this type and judging remarks. Because I think the Catahoula has that too. But maybe it's this part. Maybe it's these 2 paragraphs for Catahoula. If it is those 2 paragraphs, that's going to be really annoying for my program. I'm not going to be able to figure out if there's 1 or 2 paragraphs, but whatever. So we'll just do a subheading. We'll see how this works. But unfortunately, I don't think I can programmatically do this if it's not all the same for every breed. Because this is how the Catahoula looks. Which kind of... it has... What? It is the last paragraph, but it's in multiple lines? What? Ah, shit. Okay. I guess these are 2 different paragraphs, and this must be like BR. Let's see. Let's view the page source. Let's find notes. Is that what this is? What? I guess they are just a bunch of line breaks. So this is 2 line breaks. Alright, well, I guess there is some pattern. There's 2 line breaks, and then... Alright, whatever. 2 line breaks means 1 paragraph. Okay, these are not paragraphs. Well, anyway, we're gonna have to deal with that when we deal with that. But for now, I guess that it does have 2 paragraphs. It just didn't actually look. I just pressed enter, so when you press enter, the source editor actually made these different paragraphs. So we'll deal with that later. But this, it looks like there's 2 paragraphs. One that has a description and one that has how to judge it. So maybe we can just do that. Alright, this was actually really good. So we'll have judge remarks. I didn't actually ever see this. I'm doing this live for the first time. So this is how judge remarks will be, whatever. That's actually good to know. Cool. Alright, so this is about the breed. Apparently this is type and judging remarks, which I actually never seen a breed that actually had this title, so that's actually really useful. Next we'll do the standards. So after the top, we're going to talk about the standards. So I'm going to show what this looks like when you do this in the Catahoula. So all of these subheadings actually create like this table here, which is why I don't know if this should be a subheading 1 or a heading. We'll see what happens. So the next part of this wiki is the code, which is right here. So that's all you have to do. So let's talk about it. First, you go up here, select paragraph, and then we're just going to call this heading, because this is going to be a main heading. So coat, press enter. Then we're just going to copy this for now. It's not going to copy the images. I'm going to have to teach you about images. Oops. Let's put these next to each other. Okay, so unfortunately the images are not there. So we're going to have to talk about images, and we're also going to have to talk about links, because each of these actually links to someplace. So if I were to open this in a new tab, it actually links to the forum post that describes what solid self is. We're gonna have to like put this in an accessible way, because right now this is not accessible to anyone who is not part of the forum. I am, so I have access to this, but we'll have to fix that. But anyway, we'll just use the link for now. So I'm going to teach you how to do a link. So I copied that link. So links are really easy. All you have to do is highlight what you want to link. You click the little infinity symbol right there. That's called a link. And then you just go to external site, paste the link, click done. That's it. Ta-da! So now it's clickable. I'm going to erase all these spaces. So now we have to talk about images. So if you'll see, there is white, black, gray, blue, orange, cream. We're gonna have to do that. So we'll start with white, black, gray. Let me remember that. So at the top, there is an insert button, and then there's insert images and media. So I actually uploaded all those images already. So they're all here. I forgot what the first color was, white. So we're just gonna select. I don't have white. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to upload images. So I'm gonna drag this off the screen real quick. We're gonna have to upload an image. So we're gonna click upload. I'm gonna drag the white here. This is my own work. Shh, don't tell anyone. We're gonna click upload. And we're gonna call this coat 15 because that's what in Petz white is coat 15. So I'm just gonna say coat white 15 as the description because I think that's the pattern I was doing. So all I did was literally from across the screen, I just drag and dropped this white by just doing this and then dropping it into this thing. That's it. So click save. Then I'm going to click use this image, and I'm going to go to advanced because I don't want it to be a thumbnail. I actually want it to be basic. It's just going to sit right there on the screen, so I chose basic. And then when I click insert, it's literally just going to be there. So black is already there, so I can click insert, images, find black, click it, use image, advance. I'm just going to make it basic image. Alright, this is going to take a while, right? So can we make this faster? Well, we actually can. So if you see the little pencil tool up there, you can actually switch to source editing. I'm going to scroll down a bit, and I'm going to go see, this was my solid thing. I know this is how, this is basically the wiki text markup. So you'll see that each of these images is kind of really easy. The pattern, I purposely called them coat 15, coat 35 for black. Anyone here who knows anything about Petz colors can easily fill this in. Oh crap, that was too many spaces. So let's go here. So what is this? 15, 35, gray is 25, blue is 115. So let's do 25. So I'm just gonna go here, replace this 15 with 25. Then I said blue was 115. Just copy that again. And then we need one more because I think there were two. So then we have orange, 65, cream, 45. 65 and 45. The Petz palette is burned into my brain. You know what? When I first started hexing Petz, I actually didn't, like, I was like, who would remember all these numbers? This is insanity. There's no sane person who would ever remember all these colors. Well, I've only been in the Petz community since 2018, and I remember all these colors. So, yeah, it happened. So we've done solid. Tabby is also a link. I'm not going to do all these links because you already saw me do one link. Does that just make us all insane? Maybe that we all collectively know all these numbers. We're going to know them forever. We're going to be 85 years old and still remembering all these colors. Alright, so links are easy. You just click this link tab up here, click external link, paste, done. That's it. Super easy. We'll eventually look at real dogs like, yeah, that's a 90s coat, not a 50s. Oh my god, that's too funny. Anyway, I'm not going to do the rest of this coat because you get the idea. Let's look, oops, Turkish Angora. So then you do eyes. So eyes, same thing. You just press enter. And actually, let me look at what. Oh, for varieties. Oh, there's no varieties in Turkish Angora. I should have showed that. Anyway, Catahulo sucked because there were like, look at all this. I actually added all of these freaking colors. It took a while, but I wanted to do it at least once, suffer through it once so that I could understand. But anyway, Coat doesn't have any varieties for Turkish Angora, so we're just going to move to eyes. So I pressed enter. Under coat, I click heading, and then I just type eyes and press enter. And essentially we're just going to do these eyes. The first line is not going to be copied and pasted. So it looks like we have green, I don't know, green, yellow, dusty orange. Let's see what that does. So let's go here. Let's go to images, insert. Let's find green. There's no green because Dog's Catahoula didn't have green eyes. So let's go to upload and let's upload the green eyes. Because I actually don't have green eyes. That's my own work. Don't tell anyone. Ha! Thank you, Kaiser, for justifying the old wiki style. I love it too. We actually don't want to use fandom because fandom has ads. If I can like really quickly shout out to this to Mirahaze, whatever their wiki is. I don't know how to find their main page. Here we go. So this I really like this this wiki. I actually was reading about it and I joined their Discord, and they're all kind of really funny people. I like them. They don't believe in like ads, and they kind of have like this really cool old school style, and they kind of helped me with trying to do a bunch of things that I thought was really nice. So I really like them. If you want to make a wiki, I think that they're super cool. But this is why they're ad-free wiki hosting. They're run by volunteers, and I just kind of like some of their stuff, so that's why I chose it. You can configure it, you can actually add custom domains, they're very friendly, and the fandom wiki does not seem to have as much like niceness, so you know, shout out to Mirahaze. I don't know how to say that. I wish there was like, do you think there's a page that teaches us how to say this? It would be here, right? I should complain that there's no how do we say this. But anyway, it's fine. We'll go back to this. I just wanted to shout out to them because that's why we're not using fandom. Mirror haze. Oh my god, it probably is. I literally don't know. I just kind of went Japanese and was like, mirror haze. But it's probably mirror haze. I don't know. We'll go back to this before I embarrass myself with trying to pronounce things. This is how I pronounce things when I'm like a teacher in real life. So when there's a kid who has like a name that I don't know how to pronounce, I'm always just gonna pronounce it really terrible. Looks like a very good sake. It does. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna upload this green eyes so that I can use it. Use this image, advance, basic, insert. Okay, and then I'm just gonna insert these three. I think it was, oops. Oh my gosh. I just realized that didn't open a new page. Oh no, it's over here. Just kidding, I thought I lost it. I was like, did I exit it? No, it's right here. Green, yellow, dusty, orange, I don't know. Let's just insert it. Images. So if you don't feel like doing this like by typing it, you can literally just insert these really simply by just going to images, selecting the right color, use image, and then I just do basic just so that they appear side by side. I should actually do one that's not basic and see what that looks like. So when you do that a bit non-basic, do you see how it ended up over here on the right hand side? That's why I use basic. We delete it, but I think I could just go to source editing. I think I can just remove thumb. It also like put it up there. That's kind of annoying. So if you remove the thumbnail thing and just do that, it'll be fine. But that's kind of why we're doing this. Ta-da, we've done eyes. Hey, Bacaholic. Aaron. I did that. I did that for like, I had an Aaron in my class, and I actually said that, and I don't think he got the joke. I don't even know where that's from. How old is that? Am I dating myself to these children by saying Aaron? I don't even know where that's from. But I've definitely made the joke. Key and Peele. Oh my god, you're right. Wow. He probably didn't get the joke, and I probably should not be saying that out loud. Alright, let's talk about the next section. So again, to make a section, really easy. You just drop down paragraph, heading, nose, press enter. Like, I promise you, wikis are so easy for anyone who's concerned. So that was nose. Alright, so these 3 sections. Oh, I'm being advised by Caesar. Gotta watch out. A lady got sued for using nicknames in the classroom. The amount of times that I mispronounce kids' names, I'm surprised that no one has like gotten legal action against me, because I feel so bad. I teach a lot of children from India, or parents from India, and their names are very hard for me to pronounce, but it's not just them. But no one has sued me yet. I try really hard. Bacaholic asks, will this be available in a VOD? Yeah. I'm probably just gonna let it do its thing in a VOD. Okay. I'm gonna actually look at how I did this for Catahoula. So for faults and disqualifications, I wanted them to be put under one section, and I really didn't know what to call this section. Maybe you guys can help me. I was debating between complications or issues for faults and disqualifications. I didn't know what a good, because I want to put faults, disqualifications, and varieties into one section. I feel like I don't need to put any, like if it says none, I'm not going to add it here. But if it does have, like this one has faults, I have to add the section. So for Catahoula, it had faults and disqualifications, so I actually put both of these 2 sections. Varieties actually go somewhere else, but I decided to just call it complications. So I guess I will also call it complications here, unless there's a better term for this. I don't know. Tabs, you're in this. I know you don't show pets, or I don't think you show like real life dogs and cats, so I don't know what the show scene would call this, but I don't know what I would call faults and disqualifications. So under complications, I'm just going to put a subheading called faults, and then in that subheading, I'm just going to do wrong nose color is a fault. So I called that complications. And I think that's it. The last section is breed files, which breed files is this section here. For my Catahoula, I basically made a table, and I reduced the information entirely. So Tabs asks, yeah, I would have thought that goes under the standard, but this entire page is the standard. Yeah, this entire page is basically the standard. As you can see, we have the top, which explains a little bit about the dog or cat, and this is supposed to be how you judge it. Then the coat, the eyes, and the nose explanation, and then any faults and disqualifications, and then breed files that are available for download for that breed. So that's what we're trying to do. So I don't know. This is what I've got so far. So let's actually talk while you guys debate on Is varieties not supposed to be in the area? No, so Turkish Angora doesn't have varieties. I should have picked one that has varieties, but I felt like picking Turkish Angora because Angora was talking about how they like Turkish Angora, so I just picked randomly. But we're going to do this table at the top. And this table at the top is going to be, we're going to add this later. And this is going to tell you what the breed ID is, what the group is, and what varieties, if any, there are. Deviations. Ooh. I like that term. Alright. I'll write that down for now, so I don't forget. But that's kind of cool. Deviations, complications, issues. I just couldn't pick a word that sounded good, so we'll have to think of one. But anyway, this doesn't have varieties, so let's just move straight into the breed files. So I want my breed files to look like this, where they have an image, the creator, and where to download them. So if we look, currently, this has a lot of not very useful information for our purposes. What file is this? Okay, yeah, it's S-Turk, but what does that mean? This one's just called Turkish Angora. Okay, what file is this? Tur-ang-p? Who is that? Who made this? This one's also just called Turkish Angora. Where did that file come from? Nobody knows, and at least I know these three are the same creator, but does that mean that these two are the same creator because they're both called Turkish Angora? Like, this does not tell us where to download the file, who made the file, which is unfortunately one of the reasons that I do not like PKC's kind of breed standards, is because, like, I don't know what this file is. I don't know where these files came from. I don't know where to download these files, and I don't know who made these files. Like, it has this information, but that doesn't really help us if people name the files the same. I don't know if I'm going to find it. So what I wanted to do, which I've done for the Catahoula, is I think this is probably the most important bit of information, is creator, because that's how everyone in the community calls these files. They literally say, hey, the abnormality version 1. Catahoula leopard dog. So they don't say, Catahoula leopard dog. They usually say who the creator is. Oh, do you guys have the sunshine Catahoula dog? Etc., etc. So everyone just does that. So what we're gonna do is I've actually compiled a bunch of information on all of this in a spreadsheet. So I'm going to find Turkish Angora, because I actually did Turkish Angora, which is another reason why we're doing it. So this spreadsheet actually tells you a little bit more about each of these. So the kennel and the name, and we're going to add that information because I think that's way more useful to have that creator information and then where to download the file from. Anyway, Tab said something really useful. Let's see. FCI doesn't group them separate from other standards. Oh, maybe I'll just call them that. Okay, maybe I'll just say that. Faults and disqualifying faults. Doesn't group them separate from other standards. Okay, so maybe deviations will just say this. I like that. Okay. We'll just group it together. Nice. And then you asked, is that spreadsheet from PKC download site? This one? No, I actually made this spreadsheet myself, but so PKC does not actually have all this information in one place. I actually had to hunt this down. And this wasn't in a spreadsheet, actually. This was actually, let's see if I can find it. This was actually from the forums. So I found this post that just had all the breeds and their freaking creator and who the creator was. So like Grand Theft Mandy, like it actually was really cool. The only downside about this giant text document was that it was not, it put a hyphen as the separator, but each of these separators was not a column, unfortunately. It didn't seem. So for example, let's look at maybe this one. Do you see how the Belgian Shepherd has two types? It has a Malinois, sorry for those who know how to pronounce these correctly, and the Tervuren. I don't know. I tried. So these are types. So I actually had to deal with parsing. Oh, and it also has a Lycanois. So unfortunately, I had to parse all of these because, as you can see, the Bedlington Terrier just starts with the creator, but these start with the type. So anyway, this was a pain in the ass to parse. So lack and wah. Thank you tabs. So Malinois. Okay, cool, you guys are teaching me, thank you. But as you can, anyway, this took me like an hour the other day to parse all of this because each of the hyphens did not actually match a column. So I parsed it and made this document. So now you know. Now you know. That was like 2 hours of my Sunday was making that document. So now what we're doing, unfortunately this document's not filled in. So we have a task force that's currently trying to fill it in. We are 20% done. I am the task force right now, so I've done Turkish Angora, so that's why I want to do this one. So anyway, now you know what I've been working on, but now we need to translate this into a table. So these are called breed files. Let me see how I wrote it. Breed files. Let's copy that. Breed files. And this is a table, so let's talk about tables. I don't remember how to insert a table, so we'll see how I work. So this table is going to have 3 columns. So I think, since I only want 3 columns, I'm going to click this arrow. I didn't right click it. I literally just clicked the arrow and click delete column so that I can just have these. So I'm just going to copy what I did here. Image, creator version, download. So image, creator / version, and then where to download it. So I'm not going to do all of the Turkish Angora, but I just want to show it off. So essentially this document will help you because we actually can like just copy this and paste it into here. Oh, that was interesting. Didn't want that to happen, but that's probably because I copied it from a table. Wait, so does that mean I could just copy this? Wait, I've never actually done this before. Can I just copy this? Wow, it just copied the table. Look at that, everybody. I didn't think that was a thing we could do. That's cool. Well, if we're doing it manually, that would matter, but we're not going to do this manually all the time, so we don't need that. So go away. But that was cool to know. Anyway, I only want to copy this. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste as a plain text, which you can't see my right click. Can you see when I do this, though? Yeah, you can see when I do this, but you guys don't see my right click. But whatever, I'm going to paste as plain, and instead of a tab, we're going to put parentheses around the creator name. So that's lime green flamingos from Static. And they do not have theirs on their PKC hosting site. I'll zoom in maybe so people can see. So it's not on the PKC hosting site, so their link is here in a WordPress site. So we're just going to use this link. We should eventually have everything on the PKC hosting site, which is not in my tab right now. Let's grab PKC hosting site. So everything should eventually be on here. That's my goal, is hopefully it'll all be on here, but only 2 files are on here. Wow, only 2 files? Well, there's a lot of missing files, I guess, but it's fine. So, Turkish Angora. Let's go back to this. We're going to copy this link, and that's going to be our download link. So I'm hoping that where we download this, since this isn't PKC breed hosting, we're just going to, their site is called, I guess their site is just called Static. I don't know, because it says that they're kennels lime green flamingos, which is kind of the most bizarre kennel name I've ever seen. But their website is just called Static, so I don't know. We'll just say lime green flamingos, which is kind of bizarre, but whatever. Static, I hope you're not watching this because I would be very sad. So we're gonna make this a link, external site, paste the link, and now it's available from there. So that's where we download it. And the image, same thing. We're just gonna have to grab one of the Turkish Angora images. Can you tell which of these is the static Angora? Luckily for me, I already know it's this one. But on their website, you can see it's right there. So that's how I know it's that first one. But as you can see, these files are just named not well. So it's really hard to tell where they are. So this file, I actually already have it downloaded. I downloaded it. It's called this. So if I can find this file, I can just drag and drop it. It's called static-Turkish Angora. So again, for those who want to know how to add images, very simple, just insert images. If it's not already there, you click upload. You literally drag and drop the image. Shh, don't tell anyone this work is not my own, but it's okay. And you could even do a description. I don't know what to call this. There is a mass upload tool that I'm going to use for all of these images, so I will have to post a description for each one apparently. Anyway, use the image, advance, and we're going to keep everything basic. Ta-da! And now it's in the breed files. So eventually we're going to add new breed files. There's actually a new breed file from Aniseed. A new breed, a new Turkish Angora breed file. So right here. So let's see. I want to grab an image of just them posing. Which of these should I do posing? Let me put this at 100%. Let's grab the first one here. That one's super cute. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot. And I think I can just copy and paste a new image. Where's my... I have too many tabs open. Welcome to my life. I think I can... Oop. I didn't mean to click save. Insert images. I think I just copy and paste. No, I can't. Okay. I thought I could copy and paste. I thought that would be really cool if I could just copy and paste, but I can't. So let's save this. We'll save this copy and pasted image really quick. This has an off-white background. This is gonna really annoy me, but it's okay. Alright, so we're going to upload this. And then we can just add it. So if you're adding new files, which eventually we're going to have to add new files, this is how we would do it. We would... Ooh, I wonder if we could center these images. I wonder if there's... There probably is a way. I don't know if I care right now. And since this is a new file, you'll notice that this file is not in our records. There's nothing that says Aniseed. So if you're adding a new file, which we'll have to do, you kind of have to record the information yourself. I highly recommend getting permission from the person who created the file before you do this. Since this is a fake page, I did not get permission. I'm just using this as an example. So this is where you download it. So I would just copy this link here, and then I will just paste aniseed. Oops. And then paste the link. Yeah, we should really... External site. Done. I should really learn how to center these. We'll do one more just because I'm here. So as you can see, so these are my Turkish Angoras. We actually don't have two of the files. I think Angora was showing... No, Angora was showing a Devon Rex. Never mind. But we're missing two files, so eventually we'll have to find all these files that are missing. This one says that it's not on PKC hosting, but it's hosted by its own site. This one is actually hosted. If they're not hosted, we'll do one that's not hosted. We'll just do one that's like lost. I think that even if it's lost, we're gonna have to like include it anyway, just because I think that I'm hoping that we find them all before I write a tool that uploads everything, you know? But if that doesn't happen, like, whatever. So we'll do this one. So let's go back here. We'll do one more. We'll insert image, upload. I'm gonna drag this Turkish Angora. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to automate all of this. I'm gonna automate the description for each of these, probably based off of this. And I'm sorry that this is so squished. This is just the easiest way to do this on my laptop. Alright. I'm probably gonna do something like this at some point, where I'm gonna include this information in the description, but I'll automate all this anyway. Use this image, advanced, we're gonna make it a basic because we don't want it to be a thumbnail, and now it's in the table. And now we're gonna paste the creator and version, and since this one is not there, we'll probably put something, I don't know, lost. Is that a good term? I don't know. I'm not sure what I would put in this breed files area for like files that are not present. I haven't decided. I would probably need help with you guys. But if we can't find the links to these by the time the project is done, we'll probably have to label it as lost. I don't think this one's lost because I actually have this one on my computer, but I don't think it's on PKC hosting, so we'll have to upload that later. This is a freaking project. Alright, so let's just save this and see what it looks like. So how do you save a wiki? All of that was done with the visual editor. So anyone here who is uncomfortable with code editing, that's called source editing. We did not do any source editing except for these three that made it a little bit easier. But you could just do that entirely with source editing, add those colored images. It's really simple. So let's save our page. When you save your page, it's going to ask you, what do you want to describe what's changed? I basically added the entire Turkish Angora standard. And you could add whatever you want. We're probably going to have to come up with a system where we tell people how they need to edit their pages and what they need to do. You can click review changes if you want, but since this is the first time I'm adding to this page, it's probably going to just say nothing. I'm actually curious what it says when I click review changes. Yeah, it's literally red is what was there, and I feel like I added all of this new. So if you're scared, you can actually see that. So anyway, you can even view it in wiki text too. Wiki text is basically the markup language. Alright, so I'm going to click save. And ta-da! It did do that weird. Okay, so I'm not sure where I want to put this, but I definitely think we need a title for that. So the first part is probably talking about the breed, and then the second part is judging remarks, which we discovered is actually there, but in some places it doesn't actually say this. This is gonna suck when I have to parse all this. It's fine. It'll be a work in progress. But anyway, I think I'm gonna have to fix this. I think I'm gonna have to make it its own section because it kind of looks weird. Like this. I don't know where to put it. Should I put it on the top or the bottom? Do you guys think that it should be after faults and disqualifying faults, or should it be on the top? Right now, it's actually after the coat the eyes, so maybe it should be after. Bye, tabs. Maybe I'll make it after. So I'm gonna click edit just to show. So I'm just gonna move this section. I'm gonna move this after. I'm gonna move this after, and I'm actually gonna change this. Instead of a subheading 1, I'm gonna make it a heading. Type in judging remarks. Maybe we should capitalize all of these to make it a heading. Okay, I think that might look better. That means we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the same thing for the Catahoula, I think. So I'm gonna edit this one. I'm gonna go underneath complications, except we're gonna call that, oops. We're gonna call it something else. So type in judging remarks. I'm gonna change that to heading 1, and then I'm gonna copy. I think it's all of this. Okay. I think I like that. I did not show you how to do this. Or how to do this, but let's save this. I'll teach you guys how to do a reference. Moved the... Let's see, rules. Oh wait, we need to do one more thing, I forgot. Instead of calling this complications, I think we're gonna call this faults and disqualifying faults. I like that. Thanks, tabs, for that. Okay, so we moved the judging remarks, moved the... Okay, then you click save. Ta-da! And that's it. It's super easy to edit the wiki. I don't want people to feel intimidated. Okay. Sorry, Tabs just sent me this link, but I'm already using this link. That's what we're currently using. But Tabs is already gone. But I just wanted to reference that Tabs sent me this link. This is called the PKC breed hosting. So I'm actually going through all the files right now, seeing which ones are on PKC breed hosting and marking them as yes or no. So you get to enjoy my typing. And I think that's all I want to show other than references. So if something is on PKC breed hosting, I guess, like the Zodiac or Paranoia, we're going to link to that. We're going to link to that in this table. We'll call it PKC breed hosting. And oh, I should make this table sortable. I honestly recommend making that table sortable, because now I can, just like with the Catahoula, I can just sort it. If there's a lot of versions, I can sort it or I can even sort where to download it. So right now these are all PKC breed hosting. Okay, so I think we're done here, except for at the top there's this little table. To make this table is actually kind of a pain in the butt. And then this reference. References also kind of suck. They're kind of confusing. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. So, the way references work is you actually have to make a references you actually have to make this be a heading at the bottom, which is why a lot of people tend to be confused. Oops. Is you actually have to make a heading for this. So we're actually going to click cite so we can learn how to cite. So I'm going to click basic. I'm going to cite the PKC link for the Turkish Angora. So what did I call it in this? Petz Kennel Club, comma. So I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to say Petz Kennel Club, comma, Turkish Angora. And this is going to be a link, so I'm going to highlight it, click the link, external link, done. Okay. Next I'm going to click insert, and I think it should go to the bottom. Okay, I don't remember how to make it go to the bottom. Reference list. Okay, so that's how it was. So see, the references don't automatically go to the bottom. I made a reference. It didn't go to the bottom. If you want it to automatically go to the bottom, you have to click insert, and you actually have to click reference list. That actually took me a long time to figure out. So for those of you who are like me, who are like, what the heck, how do I do this? That's how you do references. You actually have to like create a new section and then actually manually add it yourself. It's not automatic, which is interesting because all wikis have this, so I'm surprised it's not automatic. Okay, so how do we do this table in the corner, this breed ID, group, and varieties, if any? This is actually, I actually had to do this with the source editor. So, I actually had to do this with the source editor. So we're going to actually edit this page, visual source, and we're actually going to look at this table. So, the way that you do tables in source is fun. The reason why I had to do it in a source editor is just because it looks weird and different. So I had to actually use CSS knowledge here. Oh my god, I should probably text align center all the bottom tables. Alright, whatever. We'll do that later. But you can actually add styles. I don't know how easy it is to see, but you can actually add styles. So I actually did float left, and I added some margin. I added 20 pixels of margin. I'll show you what it looks like when you don't add the margin. I'm just going to copy this. And we're going to go to source editor, and we're going to add this to the top. I promise you don't have to use the source editor unless you need to do something weird like this. So the breed ID, so each of these exclamation points is actually like a heading. So if we go back to this, I don't really want to edit it. Can we just go back to reading? Thanks. So each of these is a heading, so I had to put an exclamation point. So Turkish Angora is breed 175. We could see it on the top there. So I'm going to put 175, and that's what the exclamation point is for. It makes it a heading. This pipeline makes it a normal thing, and then this makes it a new line. So it's going to the new line. Then we're doing group. What is a Turkish Angora? It is in the foreign group. I actually don't think I need to do this. I think I might just do this in a better way with categories and wiki, which I need to learn. So anyway, foreign, there are no varieties, because if you look here, it says varieties, none, so we would put none there. Alright, so I'm going to go back to source editing. So I'm going to remove margin right 20 pixels, just to show you what this looked like. Go back to visual editing. Go back to the top. So you can see why I put 20 pixels there, because it looked really terrible. So I actually did have to do some, so I'm going to go back to source setting. I actually did have to do a little bit of CSS. So that was kind of like a little bit of an advanced knowledge, but you really don't have to do that unless you are doing something weird like what I was trying to do. So I thought this was cool. I actually don't know if this is the best way to do this. Anyone who is good at wikis, please at me. I would love to learn more so that I can do this better. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. I think I'm done. I'm gonna save this page. You can also make this like a minor edit too. I just added the table at the top, so I'll just say it's a minor edit because that's all I did. Ta-da! And you're done. Oh, and we also added a reference, whatever. I think I've showed you everything. I showed you how to make a table. I even showed you some source stuff you can do. We talked about how to add the columns that, I mean them, it evades me, the headings, that's what I was trying to say. And like it automatically does all this stuff. It's really cool. Super easy. If you want to add another, let's edit. And I'll show you. We can add another column really easily. All you have to do is click the side here, and you can even move columns up and down. You just insert below, and now you have another column to add. It's like super, super simple, super easy, hopefully intuitive. And I think that's all. I don't think I'm going to save these changes. Let's just undo. There's even an undo button, folks. Like, I'm going to click read at the top to go back. So I really hope this helped people feel a little more comfortable about the fact that wikis are pretty simple to use. I think they're pretty intuitive, and I think it'll make, if we want to go back and edit these, maybe we want to add different remarks for judging, maybe we want to add a new variety or coat type, we can do that with wikis, which is why I'm hoping to get all this data on there. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Maybe I'll open pets. I have some pets to meet. Tabs is gone, and I have a pet from her. Sad. Well, we'll meet the pet anyway, but should I just have the game open? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna play actually, because I just realized that, can I switch sources? 1 second. I've never done this before. Let's see what happens. What if you guys are gonna be my experiment. I don't really know. I've never like twitched in my life. I'm really new to this. What if I like do this? Does it just disappear? Oh, it does. If I do this, you see my pet screen. Wow, I didn't think I could do that. Wow, I'm super, super new to this. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm kind of an embarrassment. Alright, well, yeah, apparently I can switch between screens, so I can actually switch to my pet screen very easily. I have no idea where pets will open, but I can do that. Anyway, here's a cute little mouse. Oops, let me move this. Let me actually move this over here. Oh, well, I gotta take a break anyway, because someone says a package was delivered. So I have to go downstairs and get the package. But let me open pets and just leave them on in the background for you guys while I take a break, because the beautiful thing about pets is that they can just kind of hang out in the background. Here's my chat. We'll just keep it on the side, like super, super old school streamer. I do want to meet Cricket, and I do want to see the baby. I don't know who else I want to take out though. I don't know who else. Don't want to do a cat. Don't want to do Chug. Do I want to do Ray? I haven't seen Ray in a while. Where's Ray? There he is. Maybe we'll take out Ray. I haven't seen Ray in a while. Maybe Chug. And Blackthorn. Alright, we'll just play with those pets. Okay, so I'm gonna open up pets. And I am gonna go get a package while we let this game play. So, Blair and Blaine, they have a puppy, a baby. Maybe we should go to the playpen. The heck do I have all this stuff for? What do I have in the playpen? Okay, let me move my screen away. That like works well for my stream. Wow, my stream window is tiny. Okay, let me get some toys. What toys should we get? We should get probably a stick, a frisbee, probably a food bowl, a ball, a bone. Is that it? I think that's good. So let's go to the playpen. Let's put some food. Oh my god, did you just drop your baby? Like 20 feet. Good job. Okay, I'm gonna go get the package. I'll leave you guys with this. Alright, I'm back. Looks like everyone's happy here. To answer Beatrice Crumplebottom's question, I haven't had a baby that small in my game in a while. Is it supposed to have a pregnant rattle? My baby's just fat. The mom fed her. Sorry, I think it's a him. The mom fed him a lot when he was a newborn. So he's actually just kind of chubby. So that's why he's waddling like he's pregnant. He's actually just fat. Poor guy. He's so cute though. He actually looks really cute. Let's take a picture. Aww. I love it. Let's... Aww, this is such a cute picture. Alright, where do I want to put this so it's like out of the way? We'll just put it here actually. I want to move this out of the way though. I don't want people to see my whole computer screen. Oh, Christina. Hi, Christina. Sorry. I didn't realize who it was. Welcome to my stream. I should probably rename this now that I'm not doing a wiki anymore. I should rename this too. Just plain pets. Alright. Beatrice Crumplebottom is a great name, by the way, Christina. Everyone's just gonna look at their baby. What is this baby? Let's actually post the picture I just took of this baby somewhere because this baby is really cute. Okay, I'm gonna minimize all the stuff that I had on my screen. Okay. Aww. Are they in love? Yeah, they are. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow on my microphone like that. Let's take the other. Look at this. They're so cute. I gambled by clicking take other picture. I'm gonna move these things out of the way so I could get a nice photo. Ah. Oh well. It was cute for a bit. They ignore their child quite a bit. Their child is... He's so cute though, actually. He's actually like super cute. I thought he was gonna look terrible, but he actually is like honestly like kind of cute. His name is Blaze because his parents are Blair and Blaine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pet you. Is that what you want? Maybe you need an eye color, Brex, but you're honestly kind of cute. Too bad puppies in this game don't like interact like normal pets. Do you want something from the carrying case? There's nothing in the carrying case. No? I don't really play with babies at all, so I'm always just like... He just wanders around the screen. They're in love. Okay. Let me show off some other pets. I do like these two. Well, 3 technically now. Let's put them away. That was cute. Cute little interaction. This is a cute picture. Aw, okay. This is Thor taking like a bajillion pictures. Oh, you were doing sleep with that guy. I picked up Blaze to see if Blaine would wake up because if they're trying to do the I want you to cuddle with me, they like will fall asleep. Wow, she actually eats. She's like a bizarre mom. She's angry at me because I touched her baby. So now she's kind of pissed. So we'll put We'll put them away. You're gonna get real sad. I know. You love him. You would make 1,000 babies with him if you could. Oh, do you want to eat? Yeah, but your baby's so far away, you're probably gonna forget to eat food. I'm drinking water. Alright. Let's put away Blair so I can show some other pets. Look how big. Okay, sorry. I had to take a picture. I was basically hiding the red dwarf meal. Alright, so first we're gonna hang out with Cricket. Oh no! I don't actually have the Egyptian Mao in my game. Okay, I have an idea. What if I just move it in my game right now? Will the game have issues? Let's find out, everybody. Will Thor break her game? I don't know. Stay tuned. So what I'm doing right now is try to move the Egyptian Mao. Cats. A5. Egyptian Mao. Let's see what happens if I just move this into resources right now. Will I be able to take out this creature? Look, haha, I didn't even have to close my game, everybody. Huzzah! This is Cricket. Cricket is from Tabs. Today I learned you don't actually have to close your game, everybody. Okay, Cricket is like literally the cutest thing. Look at this. I'm gonna have to tell Tabs. I'm so excited. I'm like blowing into the microphone really stupidly. I'm sorry, everybody. So let's tell Tabs. Where's Tabs? Okay, Cricket is actually from a Supreme Grand Champion litter. Look at this. Isn't that like super cute? Let's see if I can center it a little better. Look how cute that graphic is. It's from Chuck from Tabs and Ezra from Amanda. What a cute litter. I love that pic so much. I saved it. She's so cute. Oh my god, I love this cat. So this cat is Cricket. She is an orange short hair personality. I'm pretty sure you hate that dog food. But she's a little Egyptian Mao. Oh, she's really cute. So I'm just kind of enjoying that. And then let's have her introduced to Ray. Ray is from Bailey. And Ray is a puppy. Oh, they hate each other. It's happening. They hate each other. We'll take a picture of this. We'll send it to... I love it when they get angry, but I just never have any cats or dogs who like each other at all. Wow, they didn't... Oh, never mind. There it goes. Alright. Ray. I'm sorry. Ray was being really mean. Well, we tried. I'll play with Ray in a second. Let's see if Cricket wants to meet anyone else. Blackthorn's really sweet. Blackthorn is a Dachi from Anthracite. A very cute Dachi. Aw, I love taking pictures. Sorry, I keep blowing into the microphone. I love watching them interact. They're so goofy. They may or may not hate each other. They're the same size. Dachis are so small. Let's let Chug meet. Wow, Chug is tiny. Chug is from Zav. Oh my god! You just tackled him. It kind of scared me. I was a little alarmed. I didn't expect that. I love how she's just... Cricket is just watching the wrestling match. She's concerned. I don't know. This photo is really cute, so we're saving it. Oops, I pet you. Oh, they still got... Chug is too old, I guess. So, they're gonna have kitten, puppy relationships. So they're just gonna lick each other, which always looks kind of funny to me. I just wanted to get a picture with her tongue out. It's just goofy. Aw, I missed it. It's okay. Blackthorn just wants to play. Blackthorn is actually pretty sweet. She could, like, bark at Chug, but she's not. She's choosing to be very polite. While these cats lick themselves. Shh. Hey, don't photo me. That's what he's saying. Look at Blackthorn. She's just like, yes, ball, play, ball, yes, ball. I mean, Chug is also playing with the ball, but Chug is, wow, you almost caught that midair. I'm always impressed. Here. Wow, you really went for that. Holy crap. Here, we'll put away the distraction. Wow, look, you caught it. Okay, Chug actually really likes... Blackthorn's like, get over yourself. Thanks, Blackthorn. Oh, they actually do hate each other. Here, you could eat food. She was like, Chug really wants to play with the food, so he was just like, my food. Look at Blackthorn, and she's like, please? Please? Please, food? Why are you so mad? Oh, yeah, they hate each other. I already knew they hated each other. Unsurprising. Here, we'll take a picture of their hatred. Just so I can show everybody. They stood their grounds, though. Impressive. You haven't played with a frisbee yet? Alright, we know you guys hate each other. But at least Cricket and Chug love each other. That was really cute. Alright. Let's see if Ray gets along with Blackthorn. You're just giving her toys. Or him. It's a him. This is such a cute picture. I will save it. Alright. I'm gonna have like way too many pictures of my pets. I think maybe we'll pause here. It was exciting to have all the people show up, but I feel as though... Whoa! We're winding down. So we'll pause here for today. Thanks for everyone who showed up. Thanks for seeing all my cute little pets and how they interact, and also learning how a wiki works. I hope to see you guys next time.